What's up, everyone? Coming at you with our picks on every single NBA game for Monday, February 5th. This video is brought to you by StumpTheSpread.com. That's where you can get all our top confidence picks and predictions on every single major sport. We nailed the Clippers -4 as our top pick last night. NHL picks went into the All-Star break up 72 units. Get in there at StumpTheSpread.com and get signed up, and let's all cash some tickets together. Do us a favor, if you want these videos to keep coming out every single day, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. If you're new around here, we had nearly 100 new subscribers from our last video. Absolutely insane. Let's get to some new winners. First up, we're looking at the LA Lakers against the Charlotte Hornets. The Lakers come into this game fresh off a huge statement win. They took down the Knicks 113-105. Huge win. As we predicted, the Lakers played up to the level of their competition. Lakers -6 was another bet that we cashed. That one felt really good. LeBron and company really they seem to up the level when they need to. LeBron can keep on putting out Instagram posts of hourglasses and whatever he wants, but also it seems like he can just turn it on whenever he needs to. The Hornets have not been having similar success. They've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a row. 7 losses in a row for the Hornets. They have not been keeping things competitive. They just lost at home to the Pacers by 16 points. This is a weird spot, though, because we've got the Lakers coming off a huge win. This is kind of a letdown spot. Charlotte +9. Is that enough points here? Can we really be thinking about taking the Charlotte Hornets in this one? They're 8-15 against the spread at home. I don't like the Hornets. Shocker of the century. The Lakers coming off a huge win, though. Do I like them? I don't really know. They've got to be riding high. They just took down the Celtics and the Knicks. This is the third game in a 3-game road trip. I don't know if we really see maximum effort from the Lakers in this one. Right now, the injury reports have it that LeBron and Anthony Davis are both day-to-day, but all the other key players should be available. I think we just have to close our eyes and take the Lakers in this one. Even though I don't love it, surely they're going to muster up enough effort, even in kind of a letdown spot, to take down the Hornets by double digits. So we don't love this one, but our first pick of the day is going to be the Lakers -9. Moving right along, we've got Dallas at Philadelphia. Dallas has now lost 2 straight. They just lost to the Bucks. The 76ers are going to be without Embiid. They come into this one off a home loss against the Nets. Things are not looking so great for the 76ers. Embiid's injury is not something that is filling people with optimism that he's going to be back very soon. It's a whole thing. Should players be having to play these 65 games to meet the threshold for winning all these postseason awards? Let us know down in the comments what you think of these rules that are targeted at making the star players have to play, making guys more incentivized to play through injuries or come back early. I could go either way on it really myself, but right now we're looking at the injury report. We've got Tobias Harris day-to-day. We expect him to play. Batum is out. D'Anthony Melton is out. I don't know, guys. Things are looking a little bit bleak for the 76ers. Dallas, on the other hand, they've got Kyrie Irving still marked as out and Derek Lively marked as out. Are these guys really not going to play in this game? Kyrie Irving is getting very close. He's actually supposed to be probable for this game, so I think we'll definitely see him out there. He is dealing with a thumb issue, so that's a little bit of a concern whether or not he's really going to be at his full level of production. It doesn't sound like Derek Lively is going to be back with his nose issue. Yeah, what I'm seeing right here says it's confirmed he will not be available for Monday against the 76ers, so he's going to be out. Both these teams are pretty banged up. I'm not really sure if we can depend on Dallas -1.5, but I think playing on the road, the Mavs have been pretty reasonable. They're 13-9 against the spread, so not an insane number. I think we're going to go with Dallas in this one. The 76ers seem really messed up with all the Embiid stuff right now. They don't really know where to turn for production, especially if Tobias Harris ends up sitting out this game. This is definitely going to be a spot where we go with the Mavs. So Dallas -1.5, that's our pick. We don't love this one. Once again, not a game that we're totally in love with, but I think if Kyrie comes back, if he plays well, that's going to be a big boost for the Mavs, and they will get the win. Moving right along, we've got Sacramento at Cleveland. The Kings have won 2 in a row now. They got an 8-point win against the Bulls their last time out. This will be the 3rd straight game they play on the road, so that's a little something to take into consideration. This team has been very good, very, very good against the spread on the road this season, going 16-9-1. That's great numbers against the spread on the road. Fantastic. Something we definitely have to take into consideration. We've ignored it before, and it's come back to haunt us. The Cavaliers, however, they are going to be playing this one at home, where they have been pretty middle of the road against the spread, going 12-11-1. Nothing huge to read into that. Cleveland is playing great. They just polished off the Spurs as we predicted. They won by 16 points in that game. Donovan Mitchell continues to play great. Getting Evan Mobley back is obviously a huge deal for this team. Their health in general has really improved. We've seen Darius Garland come back. This team is loaded with talent. Everybody kind of forgot about them. We saw Mobley and Garland miss a ton of time, and everybody's like, oh, we don't care about the Cavs anymore. Nobody really is worried about them. This is a team that can be a real threat to anybody in the East. Anybody, any playoff team. This team could give the Celtics a run for their money. This team could give the Bucks a run for their money. So we're going to go with Cleveland at home in this one. The Kings, sure, they've been playing well lately, and they're really good against the spread on the road. But Cleveland is just hitting another level right now. Nobody on the Kings can guard Darius Garland or Donovan Mitchell, really. I think this is going to be a big mismatch. Sabonis is going to get dominated. He's going to be facing way bigger athletes on the interior coming from Cleveland. And this game is on the home court for Cleveland. That's got to count for something. Cavaliers -5.5. That's our pick on this one. We like Cleveland quite a bit. The Clippers head to Atlanta to take on the Hawks. In this next game, we see the Clippers. They're going to be the favorites in this one. They are -4 right now. Obviously, there's no major injury news coming out for them as in terms of players that will be sitting. It is the second half of a back-to-back, so that's something that we would have been hugely concerned about for the Clippers back in the day. We'd have thought Kawhi and Paul George would both be sitting out. That has not been the case this season, and we really have no reason to think they're going to be sitting out for this one either. Zubac came back and played relatively well, so this team is pretty much at 100%. The Atlanta Hawks have been playing crazy lately. They've won 4 games in a row. They just won a crazy overtime game against the Warriors. Golden State lost in pretty devastating fashion. We were depressed. Shock of the year. Not the ending we wanted to see. Steph almost ended the game, but couldn't quite get that bank shot, that running bank shot to go in. Trae Young and company have been playing really well, and we've really seen Dejounte Murray take over games down the stretch. He seems to be a better go-to option than Trae Young. Trae Young still quite a foul merchant, really, but man, this team, they're hard to figure out. Like, is Atlanta all of a sudden, did something change? Like, all the trade talk really made them like into a different team? I don't really think that's what happened, but can we really depend on the Clippers playing on back-to-back nights? We're going to go with the Clippers -4 in this one. Keep your eye on injury news. We could see Kawhi or somebody sit out, and that'll change things completely. But we're catching the Hawks in a massive letdown spot. If everybody's playing for the Clippers, we are going to be on the Clippers -4 in a big way in this one. This could be our best pick of the night, assuming that everybody on the Clippers decides they're suiting up for this one, which this season they have been doing that. They have been playing on back-to-back nights. We've seen Kawhi and Paul George be much more committed. So looking at the Clippers, -4. The Golden State Warriors head to Brooklyn to take on the Nets. Golden State's coming off that devastating overtime loss to Atlanta. Not the best look for the Warriors. Man, things are really going downhill fast. You gotta miss the glory days. The Warriors just couldn't seem to get any calls down the stretch. I honestly think they're playing better. Steph is obviously playing at an absolutely insane level, but now he's gonna go up against a team with some really crazy individual defenders. The Nets come into this game fresh off a blowout road win against the 76ers. They won by 15 points. Yeah, it's the 76ers without Embiid, but still, that's pretty good for a young and maybe up-and-coming team in the Nets. Brooklyn is only 20-28 on the season. Are they really going to be trying to make their way into the play-in tournament this season? They're only 1.5 games back of the Hawks, 2 games back of the Bulls, so I guess it's possible they could end up sneaking in. I'm not sure if that's something the franchise really wants. We've got to look at the depth chart. We got to look at the injury report for the Nets right now. We don't know if Ben Simmons is going to play on a night-to-night basis. We don't really know if that's going to make a difference. We don't know if this team is going to be buyers or sellers at the trade deadline. We do know that Cam Thomas is one of the craziest, most underrated bucket getters in the league right now. Can we really go with the Warriors getting 2 points playing on the road? They have been pretty good as an away team this season. They're 12-8 against the spread as an away team, and the Nets at home have actually been better. The Brooklyn Nets are 14-9-2 against the spread playing at home this season. I think we go with the Nets in this one. The Warriors have to be devastated. Is Steph really going to be able to go absolutely nuts against individual defenders like Mikal Bridges? I don't really know. Spencer Dinwiddie can't guard him. Can Cam Thomas guard him? Is Steph going to have the stamina to put up another insane performance like that? And will it even matter? He scored 60 plus points and they still lost. Like, that's a huge, devastating loss for the Warriors. We're not in love with this one, but we're going to go with the Nets at home, where they've been pretty solid this season. Rounding out this slate, we've got the Toronto Raptors playing at the New Orleans Pelicans. Toronto comes into this game fresh off a double overtime loss at Oklahoma City last night. Devastating that Oklahoma City couldn't cover for us. They ended up winning by 8. I have no idea how the Raptors kept this thing that close. Toronto has not been good lately, losing the last 2 in a row and only winning against the Bulls on this road trip that they've been on. This team is just not good. They could be making more moves here. We really don't know where this franchise is going to be going, except for that it's going to be needle pointed down for quite a while. Unless some of these young players really pan out quick, Toronto is going to be very, very tired coming into this game. They just played a double overtime game, then they have to travel. That is not a good feeling at all. Toronto is 3-5 against the spread on no rest this season, and the New Orleans Pelicans, when they have the rest advantage, are 7-5 against the spread. New Orleans is also a very reasonable 14-10 against the spread when they're playing at home in general. The Pelicans have been a tough team to figure out. They just beat the Spurs by a single point. Like, what is going on here? This was supposed to be a team that was going to compete in the West. That has not really been the case. They don't look like a threat at all. We see Herbert Jones and Zion Williamson both listed as day-to-day. Are they actually going to play in this game? Well, right now it looks like Herbert Jones, there's a very reasonable chance that he won't end up playing in this game. He's got a right abductor injury, which is kind of concerning. Zion is questionable with a left foot bone bruise. I don't think we would see Zion playing this game. This is not a good look. He's having lower body injuries, and he can't figure out his weight, or at least that's what it feels like to me. I don't know. I'm not here to judge Zion on his weight and his conditioning, but it's a concern when you're that big and you play that sort of violent, athletic, jumping off the floor style. We're going to take the Pelicans minus 9.5 in this one. This isn't one we love, but with that big of a rest advantage, you have to think the Pelicans will be able to take advantage. But this has not been a team that's been great at taking advantage this season. Hopefully this is a different situation for them. They've been a hard team to figure out though, so this is not one of my favorite picks of the night. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Comment your picks down below. I will research them. I will give you my best input. I read and respond to every single comment. Let's make some money together. Have a good one. See you tomorrow with another video. Subscribe if you're new. See you tomorrow.